Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer as We Like It, the Man United direction. It's our Friday episode. Friday night, relax, chill out, put your feet up, and let's relax and chill out. Right, as you know, it's the end of the week and it's also the last Premiership game before the World Cup. If you're joining us, don't forget to please subscribe to our channel and like and share our content. But we are on all the social media platforms, and the most important thing, we are also on Spotify. So you could be working out, driving to work, or driving to any of your destinations and just click on Spotify and listen to Soccer as We Like It, the Man United direction, and subscribe. Thank you. Right. As you know, this is the final week of the Premier League. I think Germany stopped last week. Premiership ends this Sunday, this weekend. We are away to Fulham. United need to get 3 points after we were beaten last weekend at Villa Park by Aston Villa, but we got a revenge by eliminating them and knocking them out of the Carabao Cup. So we're now in the fourth round, and we're now meeting Burnley, the Burnley boys. Also, there's also been some news from Samuel Lurkhurst and Simon Stone and some other journalists, reputable journalists, who have saying United are they're offloading a star, a player in January. But we don't know. You know, you could guess, we cannot guess, but it is what it is. If you know this song, it's called "Who Is It?" and it goes like. And it doesn't seem to matter for it. The will has got no fortune, but the real has got no fortune. We can't cry alone all night. Who is it? Is it my brother? Is it my friend? Is it a friend of mine? Who is it? If you know the song, you know. If you don't know, it is. So, who is this star that United are trying to sell, or who are going to sell in January? But let's just change topic. I will come back to it. Okay, we saw the game yesterday, and my phone has been flooded and pounded. People texting me, emailing me, Tim, you can see, oh, United are better without Ronaldo. Okay, let's quickly get that out of the way, get the elephant out of the room first and foremost. Even Ten Hag said it. If you guys aren't listening, then better listen to me now because I'm only going to say it one time. The reason we were very bad in the first half because we played McFred. We had Magaluf, which was Lindelof and Maguire at the back. Then we had McFred right in front of them. The whole band was put back together. Ole's grand. So it was like a reunion of putting a band back together, a band of failures. You put them back together. And obviously they failed again. It was just a different week, same concert, same disaster. Not till Ericsson came on in place of Fred that United were able to get the ball forward, and that's when the goals changed. So it's got nothing to do with Ronaldo, but I can see an agenda of people saying, "Oh, Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that." For a guy who gave us that many goals in a very bad, one of the worst Premiership teams in United history. I'm talking Premiership, not prior. I'm not talking pre-Premiership. I'm talking Premiership. We didn't even get 60 points, mate. Even when we came fourth in the past, we still got 60 points. We couldn't even get 60 points, mate. But he still was our leading scorer, player of the year. So what more? What is this agenda? He might not just suit Eric Ten Hag's system, but this in a legend is unacceptable. He is still whatever way you want to look at it. He is the last player. Do you know before Ronaldo, Bobby Charlton, George Best, and Dennis Law in the 60s were the only players from United history that ever won a Ballon d'Or, till Ronaldo won in 2008. Put respect to the name. Put respect to the name. He's won every medal in English football. 3 league titles, Champions League, World Club Championship, 3 Community Shield, 1 FA Cup, 2 League Cups, Ballon d'Or, Player of the Year, Golden Boot. What more? Barclays has won everything in English football. It's done. Went to Spain, the same thing repeated. 5 Champions Leagues ain't easy. Went to Juventus, won everything apart from Champions League. And they were complaining. He left Juventus. Look at where Juventus are now. A plane nose diving straight into the ocean. Not a good analogy, but a sinking ship, mate. Juventus are sinking faster than the Titanic, mate. They are that bad. But they say, oh, it's Ronaldo's fault. You see, everybody likes to sensationalize and blame someone. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. So, from what we have gathered from our sources, who is it? And it doesn't seem to matter. Who is it? Is it my brother? Is it my friend? Is it a friend of mine? If you know that song, you know where I'm coming from. If you don't know it, don't worry about it. It looks like Donny van der Beek is going to be shipped out in January. He started last 3 games, but it's like he hasn't started those 3 games. If you understand what I mean, he's made no impact. So I'm a Donny van der Beek supporter, but it seems from all indications, it looks like his time is literally coming to an end. Because if Ten Hag, who managed him at Ajax, can't get into play well, I don't know what to say, mate. I think it's just not fit. No, I don't even think it's got to do the fit levels. It's just not. It's not working out. Is the better word. And if Ten Hag cannot fix it with him, then I don't know who can. Ole couldn't fix it. Ole didn't even bother wasting his time. Ole didn't even try. Ragnick, Carrick, now Eric Ten Hag, who managed him at Ajax. Oh no, that is worrying. That's literally the last straw that breaks the camel's back. So we're going to go into that. So the players who look like they are going to be sold, literally rubber stamped out, are Fred, Van der Beek. We don't know where Ronaldo's going to be. If Ronaldo does win the World Cup, he might decide, I'll stay on. So I don't know what's going to happen with Ronaldo, but I'm hoping he stays to the end of the season and we call it a day. But I know but the problem here is this: if Martial is fit, he's going to be on the bench. If Martial's injured, Ronaldo will play. So is this another? Is this going to be another situation? An unhappy Ronaldo sitting on the bench and fussing and twitching and frowning and smiling, not smiling, angry, throwing his bottle on the floor. We don't know what Ronaldo we're going to get. So United should have cut ties with this legend back in summer, but it is what it is. Okay, so we don't know where he's going to be. I hope so let's tell you who's going to the World Cup. For Portugal, Dalot, Bruno, Ronaldo. Denmark, Ericsson, that's 4 players. Brazil, Anthony, Casemiro, Fred, that's 7 players. England, Maguire, Shaw, Radford, 3, that's 10 already. Argentina, Martinez, 11. Netherlands, Holland, Malaysia, that's 12 players going to the World Cup. 12 going to the World Cup. Lindelof, I don't know if Sweden qualified. I don't think Sweden qualified for this World Cup. I don't think they did. Who else? Veron, that's 13. Marcel, I don't think Marcel's going to the French club. He's going to make it. I don't think he's in that squad. Garnacho was a surprise. I really thought Argentina were going to put him in the squad, but he wasn't included in the squad. This is quite sad. But he has been fantastic and phenomenal. For a guy that young, we all think this is the next Ronaldo. And you could see from what Eric Ten Hag said, the guy has so much potential. And he played a very vital, pivotal role in our victory over Aston Villa yesterday night. And he was really, really good. But we don't want to burn him out. We want him to still be young and fresh. But at the same time, I really thought he was going to make it to the World Cup. I mean, that guy's having best of both worlds. Club level of training Ronaldo, country level of training Messi. You can't play. People dream of that training with those 2 players at the same time, mate. That's heaven on earth. That is literally heaven on earth. Also, now let's change gears. Do you guys think did you think Sancho should have gone to the World Cup? You all saw Gareth Southgate's score this week. Sancho wasn't included. Do you think Sancho should have been included? But Aaron Maguire, who's not even played, and Kevin Phillips, who's only played 40 minutes, are in the England squad. So is Gareth Southgate having favoritism, nepotism? Because Aaron Maguire has not played for England, Man United. He's literally played, what, 2 games? Give that a toll, 2 games? But he's going. So, but he always said, I'm going to judge players on the form. So, what form has Maguire been on? Oh, I got it. He's been on the bench form. When you sit on the bench, it also means you are good enough to be on the bench. So it's also included in he was there on match day. So that's what Eric. Why did I not think about that? See what I mean? Right. Now that United are meeting Burnley, I looked at the schedule today. Did you guys know that game is actually the second day is actually on the 22nd of December. I think it is the Carabao Cup. So the first game back is the Carabao Cup game from the World Cup. Is the Carabao Cup game against Burnley. Burnley would have already played two Champions League games, but United would have played nothing because none of the players are available. So players who are not going, I've just given a list of players who are going. Players who are not going. De Gea's not going. McTominay's not going. Sancho's not going. Lindelof is not going. Wan-Bissaka's not going. Um, who else? Who else is not going? Who else is not going? Garnacho's not going. That's seven players. They're not going. Elanga's not going. Martial's not going. So can that team be good enough to be a Burnley team who've been playing? But this United team will be very rusty, very rusty. So playing against Burnley, Carabao Cup on the 23rd, that's a lot. Because when these players, the further the teams go in the World Cup, the longer they're going to be out, which means each player that comes from the World Cup is going to need a week break. And that week would mean they're not going to play football till literally the 31st of December, if not January, the new year. So this whole World Cup is an absolute shambles. Think about it. Never, ever do I think FIFA will ever put a World Cup right in the middle of a football season calendar year. It's absolutely stupid. It's the most stupid thing I've ever done. But it's all about the money. Playing a World Cup in December? Really? When that's the middle of all the seasons football year? So they play, go World Cup, play. That does not make sense. But because money talks, that's where we are today. And do you think players who are playing tomorrow, right? Think about it this way. Players who are going to play tomorrow, do you think they're going to be putting hard 50-50 tackles in when they're a week away from going to the World Cup? Ooh. Could you imagine getting injured this time? There's no recovery time. You're done. And this is every player's dream to play in the World Cup representing their country. And no, I just think it's too much. I just think FIFA really just messed up. But it's all about money and corruption. It is sad. It really is pathetic. But this is what I mean. It is the whole thing. You saw the whole thing during the week. Barca and Man United pulled out of the draw. We all knew that was so fixed. It was. I said that 2 weeks earlier. It's fixed. Because nobody in the right mind watches European round of 32 knockout stages. No one watches that. But they had to put something to get the viewing figures in there. Barcelona, Man United, that's a big draw. You're gonna have more people watching that than watching Champions League. So I mean, so it's stupid, but it is what it is. But we move on and we digress. Erik Ten Hag said in his press conference, they are looking to get 3 points against Fulham. They're going to do their best to get the 3 points. The players have to listen to instructions. Ronaldo's currently sick. I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow on Sunday. I don't know if he'll be fit enough or recovered enough because he's getting ready to go to World Cup because this is his actual last World Cup. We all know that. Probably Messi's last one as well. Um, Argentina actually tipped to be the favorites to win this World Cup. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll just have to wait to see. It starts on the 20th with Ecuador and Qatar as in the opening day. So we'll see that. England USA is on the 25th, which is Black Friday in America, with the shopping day, the day after Thanksgiving, November the 25th. That's a game that England should win. I put some money on, some bets on it that England will beat USA. Some of my American friends have told me not going to happen. That they said USA is going to beat England. And you're like, what are you guys on? Are you guys all right? Are you well? Did you forget to take a medication or something? But it is what it is. So after all said and done, Sancho's not going to the World Cup, but his form has been questionable. He's been inconsistent. I would say so far this season, up to now, Sancho's a 5. Yes, he's got a good goal against Liverpool, but it's that, when you felt you you failed to deceive. It's like you're teasing players that this is what you're going to do, but you don't deliver it. If that makes sense. So what I'm saying is, when Sancho, well, when United chased Sancho for 2 years, I really thought this guy was this kind of winger. He beats player, put ball in. This guy doesn't even cross a ball, mate. This guy doesn't cross a ball. He does not cross a ball. So you ask yourself, so what was the point? What was the point we chased this guy for 2 years for? Because I'm really beginning to look like this guy's not all that, you know. Yeah, Bundesliga, but I'm sorry, this guy's not all that. I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing him. I'm just simply saying I just feel he's not as he's not as great as we all they said he was. Yeah. I thought he was this player who, well, he's not that player. He's just not that player at all. But it is what it is. So I was gonna say, if United beat Fulham, it'd be good on Sunday to just end the half part of the season. We all know Arsenal on top of the perch. We know Arsenal are leading the league table. We know Arsenal are sitting high on the table on Premiership table. But I know and I feel, and this is to all my Arsenal fans and all my Arsenal friends back home. It's like an elephant sitting on a very tiny branch on top of the tree. You don't know how it got there, but you know that branch is going to snap soon and it's going to fall down. That's the way I see Arsenal. Honestly, honestly, seriously, jokes apart. I just wait for that branch to go. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm expecting. Haaland's not going to the World Cup. Neither is Salah. They're not going to the World Cup because Egypt didn't go and Norway didn't qualify. So them two are going to be at home. And City and Liverpool are meeting in the Carabao Cup as well. Now, that's a very tough game. One of them's got to go. Right. But we are playing Burnley on the, if my mind serves me right, I think it's the 20 something. But it's as soon as we get back from World Cup, about 3 days after. Yeah. And that's our first game before we play a Premiership game. So it's a Carabao Cup. How they fitted that in there, I don't know. But all this is due to that World Cup being thrown in there like a big piece of wood. You know when you're trying to put a piece of wood somewhere and it doesn't fit? That's how this World Cup is. It just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. Shouldn't be played this time of the year. World Cup is always for summer, June, after the season has ended, not the season started. World Cup, return back to the season. Like, really? It's stupid. Varane, we know is not going to play again this season for Man United. We know Anthony's not going to play again this season for until goes to join Brazil. Varane, same thing. He's going to go with France, but he's not playing again for United this season. He's done. Um, if Martial could stay fit, that'd be good. But I don't know if he's going to stay fit. I don't think he's in the French squad. I don't think he's in the French squad for this World Cup. It's quite disappointing, quite a shame, because the last time, not 2018, he should have gone to that World Cup, but Marino messed him up by playing Sanchez and dropping him, which was stupid. But and now 4 years later, literally your last, kind of maybe your last chance to the World Cup, you're not even making it. That's a big shame. It really is a big shame. But it is football. Football can be a very cruel game. Very, very cruel game. So let's move let's move on. So if United beat Fulham on Saturday, and but you see, look at this title race now. Should I even call it a title race? You have Man City, you have Arsenal, you have Newcastle, you have Spurs. So is that a title race? You even have Brighton. Like, really? Hmm, it's a bit much, isn't it? So I mean, Newcastle are playing some good football. That is a team I'm worried about. Newcastle are playing, and they are really playing some football. You know what I mean? I mean, see, these guys. I mean, I think they're doing very well. I think they're doing well, and I think it's a team that needs to be watched very carefully. Or for some reason, Tottenham going to a bad spell. They've lost the last two games at home. They've lost them, but they've done well in Champions League. They won the groups. So my mate Ian, we're happy about that. That Spurs won the Champions League groups, so they'll get a weaker team, and but he won't be happy that they lost at home to Liverpool last weekend, which was a stupid goal. That what's his name? I can't remember his name now. Dyer headed the ball back. He literally just gave the ball to Salah. I mean, really, mate? Could you not see? That's what Aaron Maguire used to make those kind of mistakes, and it's and you could see the mistakes Aaron was making yesterday. So unbelievable. It was just like I said. It's like the a bad band performing in a different concert, different venue, same bad performance. That's how I felt. Magaluf, I'm Fred. It's a mess, mate. Absolute mess. So everything came on. The game was dead. It was like watching paint to dry. Like that's how bad it was in the first half. But when creativity came, Ericsson, United were able to go forward. Bam, 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 bam. 4 goals. Yes, Villa scored, and one was an own goal. But yeah, we did well. We played well yesterday. But I'm not gonna say, oh, because Ronaldo didn't play, that's why we won. I'm not gonna sit there and go for that. That is just stupid. But you're entitled to believe anything you want to. I respect your opinion. Doesn't mean I've got to agree with it. Just like you don't might not agree with my opinion, but you respect my opinion. And that's why it's called an opinion of myself, of yourself, and that's where we are. So yes, um, something else I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about Ganacho again. Ganacho has been like a shining star, a bright light, lighting up the skies at Old Trafford. But I think and I'm happy that Eric Ten Hag's given the opportunity to play because he's going to be a great star. That guy has the potential. He's going to be a good star. I can see this. I can see it. He's going to be a very good player. Very good, very skillful, fast, quick, bold, direct, not scared. It's kind of like a young Ronaldo back in the day, 2004 season. Yes, I remember that debut against Bolton. Ooh, young 17-year-old Ronaldo. Someone's going to tell me, right? Rooney went on Talk Sport and he was talked about Harry Kane is going to break his record very soon. But I do get it. The reason players are scoring more goals now in the international because they're playing more games than they used to play. I mean, these days, they're in a season. Internationals play like 15 games in a season. Back in the day, if there's no tournament, they play 2 friendlies. That's it for the whole year. But these days, it's like 15 games a season. It's a lot of football, you know? And he talked about he won't mind Harry Kane breaking his record, that he's worked hard, blah, blah, blah. Records are there to be broken. He talked about Ronaldo, says United are better out with Ronaldo. So people are saying, oh, he's very truthfully saying it as it is. There might be a bias there. And you could also see 6 months ago, this was the guy who said when Maguire was really dreadful and awful, he simply said nothing. He never criticized it, didn't say anything. So how is there no bias there? The truth of the matter is they all Rooney and Maguire have the same agent. So that answers the question. So he was not going to diss him, even though the guy was absolutely rubbish last season. I'm sorry. He was diabolical. Absolute shambles. But he never criticized him. But I've seen Rooney go on Sky Sports bashing Ronaldo. You know, oh, he needs to retire. No, Rooney, he doesn't have to retire. He retire when he's ready. Just because you retired at what, 32, 33, doesn't mean he has to do that. Everyone is different, mate. So calm down, mate. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. You know? Oof. Now, Wan-Bissaka, someone talked about Wan-Bissaka now. Wan-Bissaka, he's not going to World Cup. He's not even playing in the England squad. He might need to change his nationality and play for Democratic Republic of Congo. I think it is. But he's not going to get into that England team, so he might as well just denounce that. And you could see when he played, he was rusty, mate. Absolutely rusty. I don't know what. I don't think this guy's getting back into that in the Ten Hag, that Eric Ten Hag team. He's not getting into it. There's no way. There is bloody no way he's getting that Ten Hag up. He's going to be a backup for Delo. I think he's going to be sold in January as well. Mark my word, he's going to be sold, and they're going to get a backup for Delo because Delo he's played literally started every game. Champions League, Carabao Cup, Premier League. So he needs a rest. He needs a break, and he's going to work out to play for Portugal. Ooh, it's a lot, bro. Dalot, one of the most improved players for Man United this season. Absolutely great. Garnacho, good discovery. Keep up doing the good work you do, mate. You'll get there eventually. So Van der Beek being sold. Are you happy? Would you be happy if Van der Beek is sold? But it looks like he will be sold in January. Would you be happy, or you still want him to be given more opportunities? He's not in the Netherlands squad. He didn't make. He did not make it. He did not make the cut of Netherlands squad by Louis van Gaal. He didn't make the squad. So that says another rumor that came through is United are still trying to see if they could get Memphis Depay back. Drop your comments in the in the comment section. Do you want Memphis Depay back at United? Do you think he'll cut it now? He didn't cut it before. I know he was younger. Like Marina said, there are certain players who come to big clubs that can't handle the pressure because there's a lot of pressure. And when he played for small, so when he went to Lyon, he was the king. He was the man at Lyon. But United, he wasn't even the mouse. See what I mean? Some players come to this club and crumble. You have to be very confident in yourself. And that's why Ronaldo, at a 16, 17-year-old, he was right there, boom, 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 boom. He took it in his stride and just said, I'm that skillful. I could do what I could do. Yes, he was told to cut down his twinkle toe, overstep, just cross the ball. One of our best wingers had of all, one of the greatest wingers had of all time, Ronaldo, Cristiano. Well, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you this Friday night. Have a great time. We'll be at the bar on Sunday for the final game against Fulham. We'll be covering that with the fans. We'll have the match reactions and we'll talk about it. Don't just subscribe to the channel and you get all the footage and all the behind the scenes and everything we do behind the scenes in reference to interviews and all this and all that and all the shenanigans we do and all the bits and bobs. You like it, but just subscribe. All right. So, is there anything I didn't cover? Let me see. Let me think. Yeah, I think that's everything. I mentioned that earlier, but we'll cover that on one of our next videos. That Man United are secretly trying to sell the club. For some reason, Jim Ratcliffe has pulled out of it because of the price United were asking. I mean, the Glazers were asking, which is stupid. I don't know who's going to come up with that, but I'll cover that on our next one. And we'll take it further. All right. You guys have a nice evening, happy weekend, and have a great weekend. Glory, glory, Man United. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel.